It's still March 5th, 2023. You know, last night I was talking to Mike, my neighbor, the one that got roofied in bar. And he had told me that his one girlfriend had set him up. They were having sex, and she had set up 2 little teddy cams. He didn't know they were in the little teddy bears. Took videos of them having sex, and she sold it on porn sites. Made over $50,000. Do you realize how much these reprobate bastards made off of them men breaking in, human trafficking me, rape and torturing me showering on porn sites? Millions. Against my permission of them hurting me and then selling it for profit. The sick bastards. You know, I was talking to him. He said, you know, I was telling him about, you know, my house manager's niece getting taken. And the kidnapper being the same kidnapper as mine. And he said, you know, he said a bunch of stuff. Then he's like, you know, where would anybody like you even come across anything like that? Anybody, even, he said, even a regular person come across people like this to get to know them. He said, and then where would even somebody like you? See, I don't drink. I don't do drugs. He's like, where would somebody especially like you even come across them? I said, my husband found them. That's the ones that he tried to have harm me. And I said, they grabbed my house manager's niece. And I saw about died. She's sitting there talking about the big truck guys harassing her. The big truck guys, she's talking about my kidnapper, his vehicle. And that they're a human trafficking group from out of the state. And the drug traders coming up here to grab people and steal them. And then I got back to my apartment and I'm thinking, because I used to have a normal life for all this. Where would they find them? Where would they find them? Where would they find them? Because you got to think, we were living in Perry. Where would he find him? It worked off of exit of Hartville. That's Amish country. Where would you find it? Well, he worked midnight, so he'd have to take off. He'd have to go to Akron Bar. Our local Perry bars, even if the motorcycle guys showed up, you know who our motorcycle guys were? Electricians, plumbers, they all broke motorcycles together. You're lucky if the only thing they did is whistle at you and yell, hey, baby. They let your kids could play out at dark. They never messed with your kids because they were other people's fathers, boyfriends, husbands, grandfathers, uncles. They were the local guys that rode motorcycles and showed up and had drinks every so often or every night or whatever. I had 3 bars around me. You could walk at dark. Nobody would mess with you. I lived there for 25 years. Do you know what we had problem with the local bars? I think one couple decided they wanted to make out on my front lawn. We're drunk. Yeah, I got rid of them real quick. Somebody tried to, my long driveway, thought it was path to another road. Wasn't. Told them no and get off my property. We had one guy show up and he didn't know where he was and was wobbling in the dark. We didn't have problems. That's why I didn't own a security system for 25 years. The most you had with local bars, they would get drunk and turn the karaoke up real high. See what I mean? I had 3 bars around me and we didn't have problems because it was the local guys at the bars. See what I mean? There wasn't bad bars. This is where there was one bad bar that opened years ago and it got shut down real quick. But the other 3 bars have been there for years that were within a mile. The most, like I said, the most you ever had to worry about is them turning the karaoke up too loud and it would echo. And then getting too rowdy like that. They didn't bother you. Because they were local men just going there to blow off steam. So where would he find them? He had to go to Akron. Or I thought of somewhere last night. Because where Mike's like, where would someone even find people like this? And especially somebody like you. I said, well, it wasn't me, it was my ex-husband. Then I got to thinking, I think I have a good choice. Where he may have found him. And their connection. This means also, since that my kidnapper and carjacker, Dave already knew Will. He knew retired Judge Pete. He knew Michelle before we moved up there. He knew him. Because my kidnapper showed up. He works with the human traffickers, and the drug traders. He showed up in March of 18. We didn't move up there till May. Then tried to carjack me. He was already hired out of their group, so he already knew. Young blonde girl walking by us in a restaurant, sitting with an old couple. He thinks it's funny bringing her here. Dave, do you know him? I was saying, rams the back of my seat. I'm like, whoa. Then she does it again. I said, can I sit over there? And I said, you sure they seem to know you? She was quite angry. He was sitting with me in a restaurant. Their parents. The meme was one of the mean sets of parents. That would show up and harass me. She even walked by me in Walmart and said something once. But I've seen you before. Who are you? And it took me a while to realize who she was. Do you know I went to get my little puppy Lincoln shots at PetSmart? Those old people showed up. Tried to tell everybody in Perry Township I beat my dog. And it's a little 7-pound dog, cuddled me like a little baby, and they looked at him and took care of him real quick. Said, what are you talking about? That puppy loves her like a mother, and she's holding it like a baby. You beat a dog, it would never cuddle you like that. And that thing loved me like a baby. Even Melissa's like, it's like it's your baby, Karen. I know, it'd come over for me to pick it up and roll it over and rub its belly. And it'd just sit there like a little baby, just sit there and hold it. And then you put it up here and it'd snuggle you. It's a little 7-pound dog. A little lap dog, wanted to be loved. See what I mean? They were slandering me and Perry took care of them. I didn't know who they are and what they were. They were part of that group. See, Dave was already involved with them before we moved up there. I'm gonna blow this too.